Finan Simple, where money is made easy. And let's talk cryptocurrency. In a recent interview with Crypto Banter, three market titans debated on one of the most heated arguments in the cryptocurrency space. Raoul Pal of Real Vision, Kevin OLeary of Shark Tank, and Urian Timmer, Director of Global Macro at Fidelity Investments, examined Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two biggest cryptocurrency in the world by market capitalization. Raoul Pal, one of the most well-known proponents of Ethereum and the Ethereum blockchain network, thinks Ethereum now has the ability to overtake Bitcoin as a result of the forthcoming ethereal unification. When questioned, Pal answers with assurance by responding without hesitation. However, Kevin OLeary, who has invested in Ethereum as well and has highlighted advantages of the second largest cryptocurrency in the world in interviews, thinks it would be challenging. OLeary argues that this claim is supported by the interest of wealthy investors, particularly sovereign wealth funds. Retail investors have pushed for the adoption of cryptocurrencies for the past 13 years. Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy unlocked a minor floodgate for organizations about 2 years ago. However, the market is now prepared for more. Everyone is in agreement that the next market participants to support the next significant cryptocurrency surge will be sovereign wealth funds. The biggest sovereign wealth funds in the world are prepared to enter the cryptocurrency market, but most of them choose Bitcoin, which is now the most popular cryptocurrency. We will give an overview on their intelligent discussion as Paul explains how the Ethereum merger will transform the whole cryptocurrency and Web3 industries.
I'm having a hard time with that because when I talk to sovereign wealth, I don't care if it's Norway or the UAE or Saudi, they want Bitcoin. They have not got to the analysis that we've just gone through. They want the proxy of Bitcoin, and they want that volatility.
Raoul Pal and Kevin OLeary meet on a number of issues, including the notion that the economy and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole are currently at a tipping point. More and more investors are getting involved in the market and learning about its workings. There are fewer predictions of a sudden collapse of society. This is easily inferred from the fact that long-term investors continued to purchase their favored cryptocurrencies in spite of the steep price drops brought on by the bear market. Resuming the discussion, Raoul Pal discussed how the Ethereum merger will transform the industry. He goes on to claim that Ethereum will unquestionably outperform Bitcoin nevertheless.
It's a turning point for crypto. That's what I think.
I totally agree. The point being is the big pools of capital, whether it's people like Apollo or Blackstone or BlackRock or everybody, sees yield, right? They didn't own gold because it didn't have a yield, and it's difficult for them because they have the hurdle rate we talked about before for so many of their clients. But it's a bigger story than that. It's much bigger than a supply and demand story. What we're actually creating is the benchmark interest rate for Web3. So this is the big daddy of which all risk will get priced against. Everything in the world is Treasuries plus or LIBOR plus, everything. Sure, in Europe, Italian spreads are Bunds plus. So we have an ability to now price risk. So how does this work? If I look at the Solana staking yield, which is higher than the expected ETH yield, once you adjust it for the volatility of the underlying currency, much as you would do with emerging market bonds, well, they match. So you've got pricing relativity. You can understand what's mispriced, what's not priced, where the risk actually lies. That creates an explosion in DeFi. Because once you have a proper yield curve, that you have and again, I'm going to use the term because people don't fucking understand it, is risk-free rate. The risk-free rate is the fact that the ETH yield will be guaranteed. What won't be guaranteed is the value of ETH. It's the same with the US dollar. If you buy US dollar bonds and you're a non-US investor, the bond yield will go, the currency will go up and down against you or in your favor. So this whole setup is much larger than anybody expects. If we want to see where DeFi goes, this is the big unlock. It's also the big unlock for institutions. It's the big unlock for pension funds, as long as Kevin said, regulation comes as well. This is a much larger impact than anything that's happened in this space since the launch of stable coins and the launch of Ethereum. That's how big it is to me. And it's not an overnight, you need to buy it now, it's going to go up immediately. I'm talking about structurally, as Kevin said, as regulation eases, as people understand and have clarity, this becomes a monstrous asset for this entire new financial world.
Yeah. And if I could just add to that, if we can pull up the slide, you look at valuation of ETH versus Bitcoin, you look at their S curves, and here I show the two S curves. ETH basically crushes Bitcoin's, adoption curve, and we all know why. It's more, more programmable, but the valuation of Bitcoin is much higher. Like people are paying much more on a price to network basis for Bitcoin than they are for ETH. And I think part of the reason for that is, of course, the built-in scarcity and the decentralization, et cetera. But if some of the headline risk for ETH starts to dissipate based on the conversation we're having right now, and investors start to reward Ethereum more for its scalability, then you have potentially a lot of upside. I think also for Bitcoin, but maybe more for Ethereum.
Yeah, and they're very different assets as well.
Yeah.
The argument over which cryptocurrency is the greatest has been going on for a time. Bitcoin Maxis believes that Bitcoin will triumph in the end. Investors in Ethereum, on the other hand, are similarly certain that Bitcoin will not be the dominant cryptocurrency forever. What do you think on the battle between Bitcoin and Ethereum? Will Ethereum really overthrow sometime in the future? Post down your opinions in the comment section below. Always stay focused on learning and developing discipline. Get educated, make a plan, and stay the course. If you found this informative, smash the like button, please share it with a friend, comment down below, and let us know what would you like to have made Finan simple next. And definitely subscribe so you don't miss new content. Keep your head up, ears open, and always search for knowledge. See you soon!